think back to Module 3. Remember we did coordinate plane? Hello? Do you remember we did coordinate plane? That's kind of where lesson number 6 starts off with. You're recalling of being able to identify points on the coordinate plane. The major difference now being that once you identify points and connect the dots, you have to find the area of the shape that you've created. That's kind of like what's at essence of lesson 6. I have to go full screen with this, so it's a little tiny up here because I don't want to scroll back and forth. So it might be tiny up here, and you may have to refer to your actual hard copy to see what we're doing. So we're going to look at line segment AB, which is up top across here. And the first thing that they want for you to identify is the coordinate points for point A. Can you do that? And I would use your sheet. Up here, it's really difficult to see. So everybody, look, what is point A? That's what we're asking you to do right now. All right, Luke, what do you have? That is correct, -2, 8. Now everybody do point B. Santino, what do you got? What you got? I'm not used to seeing you over there. What do you got? 8, 8 is good. Do you remember how to figure out the distance between the 2 points using absolute value? We did it back in review number 33, I believe, 2 weeks ago. So let me take you through the process again. You could count. All right, if you count, you'll get a number. But let's just do it using absolute value. Look at your coordinates, -2 and 8. And then look at the second coordinate, the y coordinate, 8 and 8. Which ones are different? The x coordinate or the y coordinate? Sarah. Right, so we look at that x coordinate. Those are the ones that are different. Are those coordinates, is A and B, are they on the same side of an axis or on opposite sides? So we're looking at A and B. Is it on the same side? In this case, is it on the same side as the x, as the y coordinate, or are they on opposite? Melissa, they are opposite. Who remembers when they're on opposite, do you add or subtract their absolute values? You add. All right, so we take the absolute values of -2, which is what? Gabby, what's the absolute value of -2? And what's the absolute value of 8? And if you add them, what do you get? You get 10. And then you can confirm it by actually counting. It's a little small up here, but if you count the units between A and B, you'll get 10. So now we know that the length of this side is 10 units long. All right, let's do one more together, and then I think you'll be good to go to complete the rest of the chart. Now, the good news between B and C, look, you've already done point B. What was the coordinates of point B? Page. So I'm just going to recopy that. The new point now is point C. Moch, what's point C? Correct. Okay, ready? Which coordinate between B and C? Which coordinate, X or Y? Which one's different? Luke. The Y, right? Are they on the same side or opposite side? Look at your point B, look at your C. Santino. Same. What do? Subtract or add? Good. So then, Santino, what is 8 minus 2? And then you can confirm it if you want to. You can actually count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay? You ready to try the rest of the chart on your own? It's time consuming, but I think you can do it. I'm going to walk around, okay? Go for it. Go to page 3. If you haven't done it yet, plot and label points A, B, and C in the coordinate plane. Just those 3 points. Go ahead. Should look like this, right? So far, I haven't connected them yet, but yes. Connect them. Today we can get by without a ruler. Tomorrow when we do day 2, you'll see we're going to need a ruler. All right, raise your hand. What's the name of that shape? Nick. Right. I mean correct. Okay, so what's the length of the base? You could do it with absolute value if you want, but I just think it's easier to count the units. But just count carefully, because I see some mistakes being made when we count. What's the length of the base? Olivia? 5, okay? And the way I want you to count is actually just 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually count the number of lines leading from A to B, but don't count the first line. The length of the height. Dave? Good. And now to find the area, just apply the formula. What can you knock out? Dave? And 6 becomes 5 times 3, Dave. 15, and make sure you put units squared. Good? Let's do one more together. Same thing, plot those points A, B, C, and D. Now you know 4 points is going to probably make a quadrilateral, right? Everybody do that. Looks like that one done. Brandon, what's the name of the shape? Good. Brandon, what's the base? And the height? Can I apply the formula? And the area, Brandon? By the way, you got 28 units, right? Did you get 28? Raise your hand if you got 28 units. If I were to count the boxes inside the shape, how many boxes should there be? 28. That's what area is. I mean, let's anchor back to that. Let's remember what area is all about. It's how many units make up the shape. Okay? You can also do it if you wanted to, and I'm not suggesting that you should do it this way, but you could do it by looking at absolute values as well without even needing a coordinate plane. You take a look at this coordinate and this, and the absolute value there is 7. And then you take a look at this coordinate with this one, and the absolute value there when you subtract is 4, and you can do it that way too. I think it's just easier to show it on the coordinate plane and do your base times your height. All right, so you guys are going to do number 3 the next page, and then do 4 on the next page. So it's basically pages 5 and 6. And then I want you to check it with the key. And then you can go on to your problem set. I don't want you to go, unless you're advanced, I don't want you going on past page 6. Because that's the leap, and I want to take it with you tomorrow. Advanced, you can give it a shot. I want to see if you can do it.
Can I go past page 6?
Your last page, not including your problem set, your last page is page 6. Try it. You've gone that far. Let me see what you can do. And then do your problem set, which is pages 18 and 19 for tonight. That's going to take some time too.